do come in. I thought, as it is a really miserable end of November day, I would open the coffee shop. So do give Barry your order. I'm Ashley, this is Paper and Twine, and I've come on to have a chat with you about the future of this channel. So if you want to know what my thoughts are, stick around till near the end of the video. Anyway, I have got today a cappuccino, and Barry can take your order. Soup of the day today is kafili, leek and wild garlic, which sounds really nice actually. And I've just been looking at my soup book, my Covent Garden soup book. There's a soup for every day of the year. Some of them are vegetarian, some of them have got meat and fish in them. I've just looked at the back of the book actually. There's recipes for stocks, a chicken stock, a beef stock and a vegetable stock. I think I need to look at that in more detail, but that was quite nice to see. Anyway, the weather is awful. I'm feeling really meh. If you saw yesterday's outfit of the day, which I think was outfit of the day 144, I'm doing these shorts, if you're new here, where I am filming what I wear every day, and the aim is to not wear exactly the same outfit twice. So this is the only second time I've worn this top, but I'm wearing it with different trousers. So that's how I'm getting so many different outfits, and looking at how I can stretch my wardrobe by wearing jumpers or tops over a dress so that it looks like I'm wearing a top and a skirt rather than a dress. It's been quite an interesting experiment, to be honest with you. But yeah, feeling meh. I didn't go to work yesterday, which means I've lost a day's wages. And because I work for an agency, and if I don't work I don't get paid. And yeah, I had a bit of an upset tummy. Yeah, I'm just not right. I just really don't feel right. So I thought I'd cheer myself up by coming and talking to you today. I'm at work tomorrow. I'm going evening knitting tonight. This is really interesting for you guys, isn't it? And I haven't got to go to work on Friday. So again, another day where I won't get paid. So next week, next Friday, I shall only get 1 day's wages. I have been quite good with money over the last couple of weeks, and this week I will get paid for my theatre train work because it's the last Saturday in the month on Saturday, and there are actually 5 Saturdays in November, so that could be quite a nice little paycheck, as it were. And 3 days work for last week, so that'll be quite a nice little bit of money coming in, which will go towards Christmas. And if you're new here, another thing that I've started to do at the end of every month is kind of reflect on the month and set goals for the next month. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I think I'll be filming that on maybe Friday to upload on Saturday, because obviously Sunday is December the 1st, the start of a new month. So if you want to see how I've done with my goals for November, come back then. What can I show you? Now, a question that some of you might be asking is, am I going to do Vlogmas? I am going to film in December, but I don't think I'm going to put myself under the pressure of calling it Vlogmas, because I am working 3.5 days a week this year as opposed to 2.5 days a week last year. So it gives me less opportunity to film. And obviously December is the darkest month in terms of daylight hours. So it's difficult to film. I haven't got very good lighting. And with working 3.5 days a week, I haven't got a lot of very interesting stuff to show you. So rather than calling it Vlogmas, I don't know what I'm going to call it. I have got an advent calendar that I will be filming every day. And I was lucky enough, I don't know whether you can still get them, I was lucky enough to get the Marks and Spencer's beauty box. And it cost £50. It says it's worth over 300, and I think the full price was 250. But if you spent £35 in the store on homewares or clothing, I don't think food counted, you got this for £50. And I've been very good. I haven't opened it. And you know me, I'm not one for making a fuss about what I look like in terms of, I don't pamper myself very often. So it'd be interesting to see what is in here. And this case, after Advent, be lovely for storing yarn in, won't it? So I plan to do that every day. And then I thought I might read to you every day, because I know that last year you really enjoyed the little extracts from my yarn advent, which I read to you. Or did I read it on my other channel? I can't remember now. But I thought I'd look for Christmas poems or extracts from famous novels that are to do with food at Christmas, or just something that is around Christmas. So I'm going to start putting that together, and that will be my Vlogmas. And if I do go out and about on those days, it will be longer. So leave a comment for me and tell me what you think about those plans. I just thought I'd show you a couple of things as well while I'm here sitting talking. I'm waiting for a video to upload or export or something. So I've been doing a little bit of gentle stitching. I can't get to my daylight magnifier lamp in the kitchen at the moment, because my kitchen table is a beautiful kitchen table. It's from a company called John Lewis of Hungerford, and my father bought it for us as a housewarming present when we moved into our house, because we needed a kitchen table or a dining table, and I wanted it to be farmhouse rustic, because that was kind of like, you know, I had a country style kitchen. And John Lewis of Hungerford, not to be confused with John Lewis, the department store, they make lovely, good quality kitchen furniture. I think they make kitchen cabinets as well. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. And I've got this lovely pine table with really thick solid legs, but it is 22 years old or thereabouts, and has been much loved and bashed over the years. Now the top, it's planks, it's big thick pine planks, try saying that. Yeah, big thick pine planks, and over time they've kind of done this, that they're a bit uneven, and years ago somebody bought some flowers for me and I put them in a vase, and I don't know what happened, the flowers must have had dye in them, and it leached out the bottom of the vase, the dye, I don't know how, and left this awful stain on the table, which couldn't get rid of. So I think it was last summer, this shows you how bad we are at doing jobs in our house. Last summer, Pete arranged for the planks to all be planed so that they all are all level and the same depth now. And fortunately, the stain did disappear. And we've got a temporary tabletop on the table legs that's been there since last summer. And it's just been one of those jobs that's been put off and put off and put off. So hubby has said it's going to get done. So he's brought the planks in out of the garage. They need waxing to seal them. And yeah, he's put them in the kitchen on a workbench thing, so I can't get to my sofa. And then also we need to paint the legs. At the moment they're in sort of kind of like a clotted cream colour, and they need repainting because they've scuffed and bashed over the years. So I've got 2 tester pots of paint, but to try out, see which colour I like the best. And then they will need sanding and painting. And the idea is to try and get the table up and running for Christmas. Yes, so anyway, I have been doing some stitching to get back to what I was talking about. And last year I had a Bothy Threads advent calendar, which I think I might have opened on this channel. And it was the yarn advents with the foxglove wood that I opened on my other channel, one stitch after another. If that's your kind of thing, do go and check out what I do over there. I've started to do a little bit of stitching, but it's mostly knitting content. But I've done this, can you see? So it's a little cross stitch snowflake, and it's literally a colour of pale blue and then a colour of blue with some silver sparkle through it, and then those lovely little sequins. And the idea is that that goes into a little embroidery hoop and you can hang it. And I think there's 4 snowflakes that were part of the Bothy Advent. Haven't got any crafting advents this year, and I'm really, you know, it was in a bid to be frugal, and I'm really kind of, my FOMO's kicking in now. But anyway, yes, there were 4 little snowflake decorations, and they're all different types of embroidery. So I did that because I knew what I was doing. And I'm about halfway through the next one, which is long stitch, in the same colours, and the hoops are like just natural wood. They're only about that big, but I thought I might paint them with watered down white acrylic just to knock the raw wood back a bit. It would suit my aesthetic a little bit more, and I've got to work out how to put those in the frames. There's a video. And then I think the other one is on felt with embroidery stitches, and then there's one where kind of, oh, it's a bit like spirograph but with thread. Yeah, so I would quite like to get those done. Yeah, but I can't get to my daylight magnifier lamp at the moment. The other thing that I've made, I haven't shown this anywhere yet. I've made a little box. This is a reinforced box, so the lid is reinforced. So you, whatever the depth of your lid is, you double it so that you can fold it over, and it just makes a much neater finish. So I've covered it in Stamperia paper. I'll show you in a bit more detail in a minute, but this is for somebody. This is a little bear who I think is going to be called William. I asked on my other channel what he should be called, and I'm just in the process today. I'm going to make a little storybook for him, which will fit inside the box. And again, this box is reinforced around the edges. It just gives a really nice finish. And I've used Stamperia, the forest. There's a beautiful fox, birds in the tree, some text, and then a blue tit above its nest with some berries and leaves. And then on the lid, I just love that little image of the stag. And the person that I'm going to be sending this to, they live in the most beautiful part of the world, in the UK, and on one of their videos I saw a stag in their garden. And then what I've done with the edge of the lid, I've kind of found patterns that coordinate with the panel here. So I've just got that to do. Then I thought I'd share with you what I've been reading. Now, I don't read anywhere near as much as I used to. And I've got hundreds of unread books in this house. I don't need to buy any books probably for the rest of my life. And it's difficult, isn't it, when you go somewhere like Smith's or even Tesco's and you look at the bestsellers, you think, oh, that looks good, and you want to read something that's kind of contemporary and what have you. But I've had this book a very long time, and it's called Snowflowers and the Secret Fan, and it's by somebody called Lisa C. And it's set in China a couple of 100 years ago, when foot binding was still part of their culture. And it's about a girl called Lily and her friend Snowflower, who comes from a different village and is of a slightly better class in terms of family. But they're paired together as something called sames. And yeah, it explains or describes as part of the story the foot binding process. And sadly, one of Lily's sisters died because her feet got infected. And it's a really, really brutal practice. I hadn't really understood. I knew it was brutal, and I've seen photographs of people's bound feet, historical photos, but I didn't really understand what happened during the process and how long it takes, and basically every bone in your foot breaks. It's very well written about in here, but I'm at a point, and I've been reading this for ages, and you can see I'm only about a third of the way through it. I'm at a point where these two young girls have been have had husbands found for them, and they're not quite married yet, but it's kind of like all the things like his family sends gifts to her family, and her family has to prepare the dowry, and then there's something about the girls writing a secret fan in a language that the men can't understand, and that's what it's, I think that's what it's going to go on to be about. But It is beautifully written. The font of the print is quite small, so when I'm reading in bed, I haven't got quite enough light, so I'm really peering to read it. But yeah, I need to get reading more. I've got some thrillers that I want to read. I've got a series of books by Kate Atkinson that I would like to read, and I've also got a series of thrillers that my dad's bought me quite a few of. I've read one, but I need to read the others, by somebody called Stuart McBride. I've got the latest Stephen King book, Holly, that I want to read as well. So it's, yeah, but there's just so much call on your time, isn't there? And I think one of the things that is difficult is I like to play games on my iPad, and when I go to bed, it's like, have I done my puzzles of the day? There's a game I play, it's a hidden object game by a company called G45. It was a free game, and there's lots of challenges, daily challenges and things, and you get kind of caught up in that, and it is a real thief of time. The sun is coming out a bit now and is blowing me out. That's a bit better. It's a real thief of time, but I guess it's a little bit like an addiction, isn't it? But if I didn't do that, or limited the time, say, okay, 15 minutes and then the rest of the time reading, that would be better, wouldn't it? And then it's just like, I've got my cross stitch I want to do, or my knitting I want to do, I want to learn to crochet, I've got my paper crafting that, you know, I've got jobs to do for that, and it's just so little time. But let's get on to what I've come on to talk about today, which is the direction of my channel. I feel a little bit kind of rudderless at the moment. Do me a favour, if this is the first video of mine that you've ever seen, please take the time just to leave a comment and tell me how you found me and what you're interested in. If you're a returning viewer, tell me, please, what content of mine you like the best. So to put it into context, there are so many strands on this channel. I don't have a niche. Should I have a niche? So I originally called myself Paper&Twine, and it was going to be a crafting channel. And then I started doing a bit of cooking, and then I opened the virtual coffee shop and had the coffee shop drivel. And then I did the secret diary of a serial dieter. I've talked a little bit about being frugal. Special birthday next year, should I jump on the bandwagon of being a woman of a certain age? I really don't know what to do with this channel. Don't worry, I'm not giving it up. I love it. And I think if I look back at my first video that I did to camera, which will be 4 years old on January the 2nd this year, I think that I have made a lot of progress. And I said that I started this channel to be accountable to myself. And I think it will be something really nice for me to look back on when if I live till I'm 90. But you know, do I focus on the crafting? Do I focus on the chat? Do I keep as I am? Obviously, I'm a very small channel. I don't make any money out of this channel, even though I'm monetized. I think I get one paycheck every 6 months, if that. If you would like to support my channel, you can do a super thanks. I'm thinking of setting up a coffee shop as well. I am going to close my Etsy shop, and there will be a video about that in the new year, I think. I think that's going to be a new year video. Yeah, so I think I am going to definitely close my Etsy shop. I'm not giving any spoilers about why. And set up a coffee shop. I've got so much stuff that I want to de-stash. And I'm not going to do it as ordinary people do it. I'm going to do it as like little mystery bundles, but present them really nicely. And then I want to get into making ephemera for junk journals, and I want to get into designing papers that I can sell as digital downloads. I want to design knitting patterns. You see, my brain is just like, Rawr! There's so much I want to do, but I haven't got the time. Yeah, so please do leave me a comment. The other thing I thought you might be interested in is, would you like me to do a Q&A? I've done a crafty Q&A. I was nominated by somebody, you know, these challenges that go around. And I think it was 5 crafty things about me or something. Can't remember. But would you like me to do a Q&A? I don't go live very often. Would you like to see some lives? Yeah, I am open to suggestions. I tell you what, I haven't had one of these cappuccinos for a very long time, and it's very nice. The sun had come out briefly. Now it has gone in. I can open that again. I had a point earlier this year where I was doing weekly vlogs. They were such a lot of hard work to put together, because I filmed most days and then edited it, and that was hours and hours of work for not very many views. You know, I need to up my title game. I need to up my thumbnail game. There's something I'm just not quite doing right, because people say they really like me. I'm not on here to be liked. I'm on here, I hope, to offer value in whatever it is that I'm filming, whatever the content is. I want to provide something of benefit to the people who are watching. And again, I've watched a couple of my old videos. The first one, oh, I was so nervous. And actually you can see that I have lost a bit of weight. I'm putting it all back on. It's really bad. But my face was really round. In fact, Harry's been helping me. We're updating the banner page of my channel. And he was looking back through my thumbs, and he watched the first video. He said, gosh, Mum, he said, you look so different now to how you did then. But obviously, I was still actually really quite poorly. I was recovering from my endometrial cancer treatment. And I thought in myself, I felt okay. I wasn't working at the time. In myself, I felt okay. But actually, I think I did look quite poorly. Yeah, and then do I change my channel name? Leave a comment. Do you think I should change my channel name? I might put that as a question on my community page, actually. I've dribbled on for absolutely ages about absolute nonsense. Do comment for me about how Barry has treated you today. I need to come up with some Barry updates, don't I? 20 minutes and I've talked utter rubbish. Nah, it's for me. I love it. And if anybody joins me and watches these videos, I am so grateful. So very, very grateful. And on that note, I'm going to see if my other video for my other channel, if you're into knitting, I'm putting a video together of a roundup of what I think are the best mystery knit-alongs for Christmas. Yeah, anyway, I'm off now. Don't think I've got anything else to say. I really am off now. Oh, yes, there was one thing I was going to say. You see, this is me all over. I don't plan these videos. You know, some people have notes, don't they? I do for some videos on my other channel when I'm talking about certain stuff, but everything's going wrong at the moment. Tumble dryer is packed in. Car is packed in. Not my little new car, thank goodness. Although hubby's put in mileage on that because he's had to use it. He had to use it to go and see his mum and dad yesterday in the Cotswolds. Had to use it to go to Solihull to play badminton on Monday. But his car is packed up. So we've both got to drive over to Birmingham. Him in his car. It's drivable, but only just. Suspension's gone. Rear suspension. And actually, looking at it, I can see, you know how you might imagine it would go down? It hasn't gone down, it's actually gone up. So yeah, it'll cope with some careful driving to the garage, and then it's going to be repaired. Yeah, so that's gone. And you think, things come in threes, what is going to be next to break? I think it's my software on my PC. Anyway, tell me what you've enjoyed most about this waffle today. And if by any chance you're not subscribed and you want more waffle like this, please do give a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye now.